Uh, hold on. Well, during the war between the states, Kentucky was a border state where brother would have fought brother. Hi, I'm Marky Billson. This is Tri-City Sports Now. Jerry Bonkowski, the right rev of speed, joins me. We had a similar brother-to-brother in overtime. Kurt Busch beating his brother to earn his first victory with Chip Ganassi Racing. A very exciting finish. I think we've had a lot of great storylines in all this, but yes, brother against brother, a family affair. I'm reminded, I think, of the 88 Daytona 500 when Bobby defeated Davey at the end and such. Tell me a little bit about this. I mean, was this, it had to be, in your opinion, NASCAR's equivalent of, say, those days when Peyton Manning's Colts would take on Eli Manning's Giants, did it not?
Well, we had that situation every race until Saturday. I mean, this is only the first time that two of them finished 1-2 in outpace in their careers, and the first time that Kurt has actually beat Kyle in those three matchups that the 1-2 finishes. So, it was a big win, obviously, for Kurt Busch. He's been knocking on the door quite a few season. I actually was one of the guys that picked the race. I feel glad about that, and I think that it could be a big surprise how these qualify for the playoffs.
Well, I did want to. Do you think it's tainted at all because the wreck, Bubba Wallace, that basically looked like Logano had it in hand, and I mean a better storyline came about. But do you think at all the victory a bit tainted for Kurt Busch because they were able to start it all over again with 6 laps left?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear.
I was going to say what your opinion was if it was any less, how should I say this, less of a feat for the victory because of the wreck, when Bubba Wallace spun out and Joey Logano, and they restarted the field with 6 laps left and saw, because it looked like Logano had the race won right there. Now, a lot of people say, hey, that's racing, but do you think that diminished at all Kurt Busch's victory? Because, like I said, it looked like Logano had it in hand before Wallace spun out.
Well, I mean, it's a situation that Kurt probably would not have won the race had it not been for late caution. But, to his credit, he had the right car at the right time, and even Ben Feathers was his brother before he winds up winning the race. So, unfortunately, Logano got kind of caught up in the shuffle, if you will. He got behind a couple cars, and as a result, Kurt was able to jump on, he had a better jump, if you will, and that allowed him to, go up against his brother and wind up winning the race. So, I mean, hindsight 2020, if there had been a caution, Logano probably would have won the race, but I still think that, in the whole big scheme of things, we had a great finish. A lot of the fans, I saw a couple of fan polls online this morning, and as high as 81% said it was a really good race. That's pretty about Busch winning.
Well, when you go to overtime like that and it's brother against brother, I mean, it was one of those storylines that I think we need to, that I think are very much, we talked about them last year, so many, exciting finishes at the end. I mean, this was sort of reminiscent of, I thought, a lot of those finishes, like in Chicagoland last year, for instance, and such. We're talking to Jerry Bonkowski, NBCSports.com. By the way, 3 straight victories for Chevy in their first in 9 races at Kentucky. I mean, for a long time, it looked like the Chevys were just, the third place car. What adjustments, if any, are you aware of that the Camaros have made here recently that have allowed them to become more competitive?
Well, that's the point. I don't know if they've really made. Well, I should say, for a lot more cooperation. They were working with heavy teams, and that was talked about in NBCSN, on Saturday. That Chevy teams are, being more, working together to get the, get the overall performance of the brand doing. Obviously, we've seen the end results now of race, but
The dogs. Who let the dogs out? Right there. Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, the drivers, they like, rougher race tracks, start rougher and kind of, and I would think they would like smooth tracks, but that's not the case. So, just win this race again. They're kind of the momentum going, if you will, and where things go from here on out. They were behind the 8 ball quite a bit the first part of the season. Now they're starting to make some noise, and my dog here, hopefully they will improve the rest of the regular season. And who knows? If you want the Chevy can't check cars this year, you never know.
Jerry, I hate to say this. Almost never do this, but I'm going to have to ask you if I can call you right back because you're breaking up on the cell phone and all this. And we can barely hear your answers and all that. So I'm going to, if you don't mind, I'm going to play a bit of bumper music here and until our next break. And then we'll just try to get a better connection here. So anyway, we'll come right back here.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
Okay.